Hello everybody and welcome to Adobe Live for Asia Pacific. My name is Flynn and we'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land in which we are creating and streaming today and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. Actually, just that I am streaming and creating from today because it's a solo show, so you're stuck with me. There's been a whole bunch of announcements that have happened in the last kind of 48 hours. With Firefly, there's a new Image 3 model. There's new tools within Photoshop in the beta version that you are now able to download and try out yourself. And we're going to cover it all here today. So if you don't know the news or you want to know a little bit more, that is the goal for today. We are live, so shout out in chat. Love to hear where you're from and what's going on, if you've played around with the new tools yet or whatever. But yeah, let's kind of take it from the top. So at Adobe Max London, there was some announcements for Image 3. And so basically this is like an updated version of Firefly. So we've had 1, 2, and now here we are at 3. So what does that actually mean for us kind of from a day-to-day thing? So that means that if you go to firefly.adobe.com, there is a brand new model. So it's much more detailed, it's much more advanced, and we're gonna test that out and kind of demo some of that today. If you want to watch the whole Adobe Max London Creativity Conference, it's on demand as well. So I've gone through it all. It's really great. Terry Wyatt does an amazing demo of some of the things that we'll be talking about as well today. So if you want to go hear it from the master, you can go check that out. Anna McNaught did an awesome presentation as well. She's incredible. And anyway, go check it out for yourself. But we're going to do the light version, kind of, you know, what does it mean? What are the features, and a little bit of applying it to a piece of work. Yeah, a bit of an article on that there, but we're just going to go to Firefly and we're going to test some stuff out. So let's just do a duck swimming, because ducks are cool, in a pond or something, and let's just get started. So as you can see just above me, there is a bit more of an updated user interface now, especially if it's been a while since you've been to the web version of Firefly. I'll often start here if I'm creating something, just because of all the tools that it has. So if you look over here above me, the very first thing we get is model. So you can now switch this to the old version. So if you wanted to use the version 2 for some reason, I'm not sure how many folks would want to, but it's really quite good to compare. But you can just go to this Image 3, which is the brand new, more advanced model. We've still got our aspect ratio. We're going to do portrait because we're going to be making a bit of a poster today. And we're going to flick to photo, and let's just generate that again. It's not going to be a duck themed poster, but I just kind of wanted to pick something a bit realistic. It kind of helps to look at the fidelity of the new Firefly model. So, you know, that's not a real duck, but it's cute and it's cool. So yeah, it's much more advanced, particularly with realistic things, with people, with animals, with nature, that sort of thing. You know, it's pretty real and it's pretty realistic. So it's getting a bit more of that hyper realistic kind of vibe, and things like that. So there you go. Pretty cool. And, of course, you've probably seen this already, but I'll just mention it. We've got reference here as well. If there's a particular, you can upload your own image, or you can use something from the gallery. If there's a particular kind of like layout that you like, it's really great for environments. We're going to use it in a bit. And of course, fairly recently as well, we had style reference that came out. And style reference is awesome. We're going to play around a little bit with that today. So if you have a particular pose that you want, that's been the main use case that I've been using it for. You can take a photo of yourself really quickly, doesn't matter where you are, remove the background, and then upload this photo, and then you will get that pose, but AI generated. And of course, we have all of our effects here as well. Yeah, let's get started. So I've got a couple of prompts, that I want to play with. So I've been super loving the Fallout series. So we're going to do like a homegrown homage to that. Maybe we'll make a little poster or something. So I'm going with like this apocalyptic theme today. And let's see how Firefly handles it. And yeah, we'll play around. We're going to jump into Photoshop beta. Okay. That's not exactly what I want. So let's keep playing around. This is really great. So we're actually going to use this style reference here. So this one just above me, I'm just clicking it. I'm going to leave the strength in the middle. I'm just going to use this one from the gallery because that's a big ravine is kind of what I'm after. So let's get generating. Hey, let's get generating. A vast post-apocalyptic wasteland with radioactive barrels scattered around, sunlight over the mountain. I'm going to get rid of the barrels. Wasteland, maybe burned forest. You guys been watching the Fallout series? It's probably my favorite game, maybe one of my favorite universes of all time. So I was very delighted that it was good. Okay, we're getting there. This is the kind of thing we're after. That kind of thing. So I've got a little Pinterest button over the top. Okay, here. So we've got Generate Similar as well. So Generate Similar is also now in Photoshop in the beta. So we're going to have a look at that in a sec. But just as a reminder, that's always been there. If you find something that you like and you want to generate, like, hey, that's pretty close, but not exactly there, you can do that. So yeah, these are looking pretty good. I think so. We can just download. That'll pop it up here. And I've got a whole bunch of things here. I actually produced a much better image, so I'm going to cheat and we're going to use that. So let's drag this into Photoshop Beta. By the way, if you want to know how to get Photoshop Beta, you need to go to your Creative Cloud app. You need to scroll down here to Beta Apps, or you could search for it in the bar up the top, and you can just download Photoshop Beta. You can have, it doesn't replace the retail version of Photoshop, so you can have both installed. I have both installed pretty much always. But yeah, as long as you have the space, then you can have two versions of Photoshop. So the beta will always have some new features that we're testing out, that we're trying out, that yeah, you have access to early if you download that. So it's pretty cool. I do recommend it, especially with the way things are going. Like there's just so many updates coming all the time. So it's cool to check it out. So we've got our apocalyptic wasteland here. And I just want to jump into a few things. There's a couple of different ways to do this, but I'm going to go back here. Let's go back all the way. And I think I had a pretty good description. Let's go figure standing in a hexagonal vault. Circular door. Looking out into our post. There we go. Typing is hard. That's the longest type I have to do all stream. So, but yeah, I might use that background in a little bit, but I want to see if we can actually generate like the majority of our composition here in the web version. That's kind of cool. Let's change this a little bit. We want it to be a photo. I don't want to upload a reference yet. We do want it to be hyper realistic. We probably want muted colors. Dramatic lighting. Let's see how we go. So I'm trying to get the beginning of this kind of composition more or less sorted. So the idea is that the posters for Fallout are all a figure standing in sort of, yeah, something like this and then looking out into the wasteland. Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty good. Yeah, I think I like, do we like this one? Maybe this one? Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. That's pretty cool. Download that. Got backups, but I think this one will work. Let's do it. So just going to drag that into Photoshop. We're going to go from here. So some of the new stuff that we've got is, where are we? I want to show you how we can quickly get rid of this person. If I can remember how to find it. It's not a quick selection tool. Where's my new thing? Where are you? There it is. Selection brush. So this is a new way that we can just get rid of things, and it's pretty crazy because I am lazy. So you can just get a big old brush. Excuse me, contextual bar. You can get a big old brush. You can be pretty cavalier about how well you do this. And then we can generative fill. Let's see how we go. What's our tip here? Need more room? Explore generative expand from the crop tool to broaden your image horizons. Thanks, Photoshop. I will do that, actually. Okay, and they're gone. Awesome. How good is that? Very good. So just a little bit of AI is involved in that selection tool, and it's just so easy to move things out of the way. Yeah, we're going to take that advice. We're going to do this. We're going to make this a little bit bigger because we need just a little bit of real estate. I think in this case, I'm just not going to put anything in. We're just going to let the AI kind of trying to figure it out. We kind of want it to make it seem like we're inside this kind of metal, you know, shelter, basically. But if it doesn't work, then we'll generate something over the top as we go through. That's not bad, actually. That's better. That's better. So that's really cool. I quite like that. So we got rid of our figure. We actually want to bring in something else. So what I'm going to do is, now that figure was fine, but I kind of wanted to demonstrate, I wanted an exact pose. So I'm going to go into Generative Fill, and we've got this new button here, Reference Image. So remember before when we were in Firefly and we could upload an image and reference it? Well, we're going to do the same thing here. So we want to go to these downloads, and I have a pose somewhere. There we go. And yes, that was me. Well, person looking, maybe. See how we go with that. I haven't removed the background or anything like that. I might need to do that. I just took a photo of myself kind of looking out in the backyard, and I want to see if it will work. It might take in too much of the background image, but that's okay. This is a bit of an experimentation kind of session, and I'm learning at the same time of like what the process might be, some of these things. Yeah, so it's generated this like backyard. Oh my gosh, that is really creepy. Okay, lesson learned. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to my pose, this one, and we're going to load it up in here. Little tip, you can just drag it over up the tab and it'll open up a new tab. And so we've got our remove background. So I'm just going to click that button and we're going to see how we go. Look at that lovely day. I took that yesterday. And now, oh yeah, this toolbar that just came up, we've got edit backgrounds. This is brand new. You can try this out. So if we wanted to, we could generate, so you can import a background. So if I already have an image that I want to use, I could bring that in. It's super quick now, like really easy to do this. Or we can generate a background, which is quite cool. The example they've used is a product shot. We don't need to generate a background, but you get the idea. You could just generate whatever you wanted. You wanted to be, I'm staying on a beach, standing on a cliff, whatever it is. But actually all we want to do is, I just want this dude, me, and I'm just going to copy that and I'm just going to bring it across here into our post-apocalyptic. Oh, not that. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want the whole thing. We can do that, right? Nope. That's fine. We'll just do it again. Background. We'll just remove the background again. There we go. Easy peasy, huh? And it's a pretty good job. I need to be at scale. Something like that. How are we going for time? We're right. And I've got to show a few more things. So here we are. We've kind of got me kind of standing there. No shadows or anything, but we can play with that if we have time. But something I wanted to show that I think got missed by a bunch of people. I know Terry did it in his demo, but yeah, new fonts. Yeah. Let's say streaming April, what's 27th? Let's Let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let's say we've got this font, Monster Mash. Now, if you go up here, go to your fonts, right? As we scroll through, this is changing. You can't see it because the contextual menu is here. Oh, let me move it over. We should move it over a little bit. Let's do this so we can see it really clearly. Let's grab our font. We go up here. You're in your fonts. I can see all of my fonts, and it changes, you know, contextually, which is nice. So I can actually see it on the screen. It's been there for a while, but if you go more fonts, this is every Adobe font, as far as I'm aware. This is tons and tons and tons of Adobe.com, like Adobe's font library. So I don't actually have any of these fonts on my computer. These are all the ones that are on the cloud. So these are all the ones that I don't have access to, but I can download instantly now. I can see it in context, even though I haven't downloaded the file. So that's super, super cool. Let's see. I really like the Monster Mash one. So I'm just going to do this. Maybe this one. And then I click it. And now I have that font. So that is downloaded to my machine. Super, super cool. It's just so fast now to do this kind of thing. I think that's a really great feature that once people start using, it'll just really speed up workflows. Yeah, so that's that. And what else do we want to show? Okay, cool. So yes. I actually have something else I want to use as well. So I've just taken this in my trademark gray t-shirt, very lazy, shot on my phone. I'm pretty far away. We've cropped in, so it's not great. So we need to make this feel a little bit more apocalyptic. So where's my lasso? Again, I'm lazy. I'm using a laptop and a trackpad. I am not an artist. Whoops, made a big mistake. See, this is how lazy I am. You will do a much better job. Probably need to add, so I'm just holding down I'm holding down Shift and just adding that in because I made a big mistake. But this doesn't have to be perfect, I guess is the point. So we're going to do generative fill. Now, we've always been able to generate something over the top. So I could say, a jacket. I think in version 1, this was something that was shown. You can change your tie, you can change, so I'm wearing a suit or whatever. So we can, that's how we would always do this. But now with our new feature, reference image, we can click this, choose image, and yes, I have a jacket prepared. This is an old jacket. Now I've got the front of the jacket, so I don't know how this is going to go. I don't think it's going to work perfectly, but I think it'll get pretty close and we can just kind of do a tidy up. If I was a little bit less lazy, I probably should have got a shot of someone wearing a jacket from behind and then cut that out. But remember, I am lazy, so I'm going to get Photoshop just to do all the work for me. Yeah, so we need a jacket. How are we doing for time? Okay, let's put it completely backwards. But look at that. Look at that. It's figured out contextually, not in all of them, but look at that. It's actually put it on the right way around. That's super cool. I'm going to get rid of that. I think that's a little bit unnecessary. I think that Firefly will probably help me out there. If it doesn't, we'll just go back and move on. But how good's that? So it was actually a stock photo of a jacket facing forward, and it's figured out contextually that it's going on the back there. I think that's really great. They seem almost identical. But yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Let's move this over. And that's cool. So we've got a whole bunch of layers, and we need a backpack. We need a backpack, which is great because that's the example used in the demos, and it's exactly what we're going to do because you cannot go into the apocalyptic wasteland without picking up all the junk. I need my stim packs. So let's just do a camping backpack. See how that goes. And again, using that new feature, the reference feature within Photoshop Beta. Super quick and easy. I can just go grab an image from somewhere. It's close to what I want, but now I'm generating something that is mine, which is super cool. Let's see how this backpack goes. We are very quickly running out of time. Let's go. There we go. Cool. Got our backpack. They're all a little bit fancy for me. I think that one will do for us for today. But yeah, it's starting to come along. Now, everything that you're seeing is AI generated, except for the pose that was me. But remember, in our original photo, we had someone looking out, so it was pretty close. But I've just used myself in this instance. We've got our streaming text down the bottom. Let's try to make it look a little bit more real. I've got the Fallout logo. Let's just throw it in. Just trying to make this look as real as possible. Maybe down there. I think it should probably be yellow, but you know, let's just invert it and we're good. Whoops, you and you. That does not look right. Just you. Let's do that. Something. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go to our layers, not channels, layers. So all the colors aren't really like homogenized or anything like that. So we'll take the logo off. And where's my text? You. Take that off. Move up to the top. Let's throw in an adjustment layer. Probably the hue and saturation. Let's bring the lightness down a bit. Let's bring the saturation down for sure. Let's go back to our layers. And let's try one more thing. Color lookup. Favorite thing that I've learned from Ramesh Hari Krishnasamy. So good. We're gonna make this look good. Maybe moonlight will be good. Whoa, way too dark. Night from day. Late sunset. Oh, that's pretty cool. This is Kodak one. There's a futuristic bleak. Yeah, that's what we want. And then we'll go back into our layers. Let's bring that opacity down a little bit. It's probably a little bit too intense. And then, hey, there we go. Not bad. Not bad. There's our little, we've got Fallout at Home poster for Fallout. Very quickly. So there are some pretty cool features in there. You know, definitely the reference image I think is my favorite. So have a go with that. Try it out. I hope you enjoy it. Go to firefly.com as well and check out some of the features. Maybe check out stuff that you have favorited in the past. I did that as well, and then regenerate it. And you can really see the difference in some of that stuff. So thank you everybody for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Adobe Live.